Curious to know where you get detailed information about condo fees? Making sure you have the right information goes a long way when buying a condo. In this video, I talk with a condo buying expert and we discuss all the information you need to know about condo fees for your next purchase.
Welcome to Homebuyers School, brought to you by Brookfield Residential.
So before we begin, if this is your first time on this channel and you want to get the latest strategies, tactics, and tips on home buying, click the subscribe button below, hit the little bell so you don't miss anything. Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Homebuyer School. Today I'm joined by Karen McDonald, Community Manager with Brookfield Residential. And today the question we're going to answer is, where do I get information before buying a condo? So Karen, where are some places that I can get myself educated on buying a condo and all the related facets to that?
Well, all the information that you would need in buying a condo as far as how it's operated would be in your condominium documentation.
Okay.
So when you're buying a resale home, the present owner should really provide you with all of that information. Should they not have it available to them, you can always go to the management company and request it. A lot of the times it comes with a little bit of an admin fee that you pay in order to get copies of that. Yeah. In a new build, the builder should be providing you with all the documentation in order to review before you end up buying your home. So all of that information should be readily available to you before you firm up the purchase of your home.
And all of that you can probably do online?
Yes, you can do the requests for it from the management company online.
Same thing with financial documents, bylaws, it should be all in the same group?
Yes.
Awesome. I've always been hearing about the reserve fund study. What is that?
The reserve fund study is, it's analyzing what the costs are for the reserve fund for future expenses. So from the point of registration of the condo plan in a new build, the reserve fund study has to be done within a 2-year period. So that's at a new build. In a, and then every 5 years after that. So in a resale, you would have access to information on what the last reserve fund study would be, because it has to be accompanied by a written report. And so every 5 years in a resale, a reserve fund study has to be done to ensure that there is enough allocated to that reserve fund to maintain future expenses.
Is there a minimum that reserve fund has to have based on, say, the cost of the building?
Well, I would say that there's no absolute minimum. It would all depend on how much common area there is, what the expenses would be to repair that. Yeah. I would say that a lot of times in a resale where you're buying maybe a refurb, something like that, the suggested amount would be at least $50,000 into that reserve fund on a yearly basis. But again, depending on the size of the development, it can vary. If it's a huge development, you might be looking at more you want in that reserve fund.
Is there any other pockets or places of information I can go to before I decide to buy my condo?
Absolutely. You have a number of resources likely at your fingertips. Yeah. Talk to the professionals, talk to your mortgage broker, talk to your realtor, talk to your builder representatives. They are all the professionals within the industry. They will have all of the information that you need to make this huge decision before you buy your new home.
Perfect. What are some, let's say, if I had to ask the top 3 questions before I decide to buy a condo, what would that be? I would say
buy the condo that fits your lifestyle.
Yeah.
If you're buying an apartment, is it amenities that are in there, townhome, just the maintenance-free aspect of it, and where are you going to see yourself in 3 to 5 years? What are you going to be doing? Is it going to fit your lifestyle for the next 3 to 5 years? Where are you going to be? And then from there, is the price comparable to what's in the area? You have to shop around. You have to make sure that it is it's comparable to everything within the next 3 communities. So you should be paying fair value for your new home.
Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time.
That's another edition of Homebuyer School. Tune in next time for more expert tips and tricks. And visit homebuyerschool.ca to bring you one step closer to finding your dream home. As with everything, it would be great if you like and share our videos. Also, please let us know if you have any home buying questions you want us to answer.